Livestock cargo refers to the maritime transport of live animals such as sheep, goat, pig, cattle, horses and poultry for breeding, trade or slaughter, often from countries like Australia and Brazil to high demand region, using specialized vessels with pen, waste system, ventilation, water supply and further storage. This operation requires specialized care including feeding, watering, veterinary oversight and constant monitoring to manage stress, disease and hygiene, while complying with international regulations like those from the World Organization for Animal Health and MARPOL, making livestock shipping a complex and sensitive part of maritime logistics.
Good day everyone, I will now present a brief overview of the livestock cargo operation procedure. First, before sailing the vessel must be certified for livestock transport. All critical systems like paint, flooring, drainage and ventilation must be inspected. Enough feed, water and veterinary supplies must be loaded. Crew briefing must be done with rules IZANI and PPE such as boots, gloves and masks have been provided. Third, during loading, the vessel must be safety moored and rack must be non-slip, coupling without electric probe and grouped properly to avoid injury. Feed and water must be available shortly after loading and loading record must be kept. 4. During the visit, animal must be checked at least every 6 hours. Pen must stay clean and dry. Feed and water system must always be working and all health record must be updated. System should monitor temperature, humidity and gas. First, at the destination, unloading which be calm and well organized. Facility on land must be clean and ready. A final veterinary inspection is required and animal must be given feed and water immediately after unloading. Finally, after the journey, all livestock areas must be clean and disinfected. Must be disposed of safely. A fully progress report must be submitted and a review session held with the crew to improve future operation. Thank you.
So next is for cargo securing, which is firstly is about the shipment. So for the shipment, it depends on the arrival country and also shipping company legislation. So it is also needs transit permission through ports and roads and quarantine rules applicable. So because of the development of livestock business industry right now through the world, so the livestock become the subject to the legislation in many countries and also it's become more strictly enforced. So the legislation not just cover about the import of animal, but it also the passage of animals through ports. And then because of we are carrying the live creature in our ship, so the veterinary health certificates are required and also the arrangement of ship for the provision of housing, exercise, housing, feeding, lighting, grooming, and also general animal welfare. So next, specific species guidelines are usually obtained from local zoological association and similar organization, which is animal category is very considerably and very important to make sure that all the animals and also the stability of the sheep. So such as the example is like a dog need one crew to taking care of it, and for 20 sheep maybe 5 sheep is divided to 4 crews, which is they have to take care all of it, so make sure that they are really in a good condition. So the common aspect that actually the shipment or the securing cargo that we always use, which is the allowed number of specific animals that can be housed simultaneously in the available space, which we cannot to be more of it, so we have to follow the numbers that they give us. And the next one is the dimension of enclosures such as pens and cages. So pens or cages, they should be considerable and also really fit to the amounts of animals. So the durability standard for fittings the dietary needs, the provision of fresh water, accessibility, ventilation, illumination, fire safety equipment, where the animal stocks may be stacked higher than one level. So basically all this is really important, like the fire safety equipment, you know, something emergency will actually can be happen up there, and also what happened about the fresh water. So all the fresh water is very needed by the animals. So because of they need foods, they need dietitian to make sure that the food is really good for them, and also just not for the short term but the long term, because they are going to be on the ship. It's not for the short term. And then this both, which is the shipment, and also this regulation gonna relate it with the storage and also damage management. So next, for the storage, so the arrangement should be made to install awnings on the deck, which is to avoid them from the lights or the horse or the rays. And then the cages can be placed on the hatches to make sure that they are stability and also comfortable in the condition. And then to ensure the proper ventilation, is it highly likely that neighboring container slots must be remain empty, which is easy good for their comfortable, also not make them panic or having the chaos there. So when animals are transported in freight containers, so is it essential to take precaution to safeguard, which is safeguard need to know that where exactly they place, and also what kind of activities or aid behavior that we need to give them or we have to prepare. So and next, where animals need to be taken outside for exercise, such as dogs, cats, or any like pets. So it should be organized in a manner that allows for this to be easily accomplished, which is we need to take care about the hygiene, and also they are not disturbing the other animals or anything that related to it. And for the larger animals, the storage location must be arranged in a way that allow access if the animal requires veterinary care during the journey, or actually if maybe during the journey one of it is dead, so is it easily to remove them. Because we know that when we have this kind of situation, is it hard to bring them outside. So at least we have the space to make sure that they can be cared there, and also anything happen, we know that how to manage to put them, and also give the proper ventilation to the others. Because when it comes to one ship, we know that we are actually related to each other. Even there are animals, we have to understand about the proper management for them. So next for Danish, which is the design of the bench or stall is depend on the number of animals and also the type of animals. So is it also common to allow an additional margin of 10% for particular reason, which is to make sure that they are actually really fit for the ship. And also the pen should be designed to accommodate the specific size of livestock. So basically the maximum allowed space is 40 square meters. The actual height of pen is 1 or 2 meters. So is it actually as for shapes or something horns or furry like bulls, and also sheep. And then for between the rail, which is they have the space which is 200 millimeters until 300 millimeters, and for the bottom rail and the floor, which is 200 millimeters, corridor 200 millimeters in between. So is it considered like it has space to make them have the fresh ventilation. And for the corridor with vents, which is for the one sided, is 750 millimeters until 800 millimeters width, and also the separating two rows is 900 to 1000 millimeters width. So this all is for the ventilation, air ventilation for the animals, and also the comfortable of the animals. And also the floor, usually they will put some special for like grass, and also maybe it's like a sponge to make sure that they actually are comfortable to stand and also live there. They because the fact is they have to just stand and not resting. So is it hard? Maybe for the larger animals such as elephant, probably they will have a bigger space for them to make sure that they can sit or they can lie down. But if come to the cows or horses, they have to stand from the start until the end. Maybe in the middle they have another ways to make sure that maybe they can move and also they can have their own rest. But based on the research, so this is the thing that they have been shown how exactly livestock storage management and also cargo security that they use during the shipment. That's all. Thank you.
Now, I will present the key challenge in livestock cargo. Livestock cargo transportation involves far more than moving animals. It comes with serious challenges that affect animal welfare, ship safety, and the overall logistics. The first challenge is animal welfare and healthy risks. Prolonged confinement can lead to the stress, injuries, and increased infection. Overcrowding and poor ventilation can cause suffocation, dehydration, or even death. Diseases like foot and mouth can spread rapidly in such tight conditions. If delays occur, animals may run out of food and water, worsening their health. The second challenge is the stability and the storage issue. Unlike fixed cargo, animals move, especially during a rough sea, which causes the load to shift unpredictably. Panicked animals may pile out on one side, increase the risk of capsizing. Weak enclosure may collapse under pressure, leading to injuries or animal escape. Next is the weather and environmental impact. Extreme heat can cause heat stroke and dehydration, while cold temperature can result in the hypothermia. Storm or rough sea can delay voyages, leaving animals exposed to the elements and depleting limited foods and water reserve. After that is logistical and handling difficulties. Transporting live animals involve additional steps compared to the regular cargo, including quarantine check, custom procedure, and veterinary supervision. Delay due to the strike or compartment failure can keep animals on board longer than planned, increase the stress and healthy risks. Special equipment and trained staff also increase operational costs. In conclusion, addressing these four major challenges, animal welfare, stability, weather risk, and logistics, is essential to ensure human and safety livestock transport.
I will be presenting a brief overview of the Gulf Livestock 1 maritime disaster, a tragic incident that brought global attention to the risk of live animal export by sea. On September 2, 2020, the Gulf Livestock 1 vessel sank in the East China Sea during Typhoon Maysak. The ship was carrying 5,867 cattle from New Zealand to China, along with 43 crew members. Sadly, only 2 survivors were found, and all the cattle and 41 crew members were lost at sea. The vessel itself was originally built as a container ship in 2002 and later converted into a livestock carrier in 2019. It was flagged under Panama and had a history of mechanical problems flagged in previous inspection. The incident was caused by a loss of engine power during the typhoon, leaving the ship unable to navigate through the storm. Contributing factors included the vessel's design, limitation as a converted ship, and a lack of effective storm avoidance planning. Following the disaster, there was a strong global reaction. In particular, New Zealand permanently banned the export of live animal by sea in 2023. The incident also triggered international reviews of livestock transport standards and raised serious concern about both crew safety and animal welfare. This case highlights the urgent need for stricter maritime regulation, especially for high-risk cargo like live animals. It also reminds us of the importance of proactive weather routing, proper vessel design, and balancing trade practices with ethical responsibility. And that is all from me. Thank you.
Transporting live animal by sea requires careful planning, strict regulation, and a strong focus on animal welfare. Before departure, animals are checked by vets, given rest, food, water and grouped to reduce stress and injury. Specialized vessels ensure proper ventilation, drainage and secure pen with reliable feeding system. During the voyage, trained crew monitor animal health and condition, addressing any issue promptly. Cleanliness and calm handling are vital to prevent disease and injury. Modern technology like sensor, camera and automated feeder improve care and reduce error. Smart voyage planning help ensure safer and more efficient transport. With proper system and training, livestock shipping can be human and effective.